Hey fandom, it's me Aaron for a comic show's Comic Buzz. This is where I talk about stuff that's buzzing around the internet and the shop and all of comic fandom and like stuff I actually have an opinion on, stuff that like gets me going, and I'm sure it gets some people going too. This is spoilers, but don't be alarmed. This is not a spoiler alert. I will have a segment break where when I come back, I'm going to talk about the spoilers specifically that we're talking about, which is the Batman stuff and the Spider-Man stuff. Right now, I'm just going to talk about the nature of spoilers, why they're so insidious in this industry, and who's to blame, and what we should really do about it. For one, spoilers ruin things. They spoil things. They're rancid. Why do they happen? You know, like, it seems very specific to comics, and I think that there's some haters out there that just they hate Marvel or they hate DC for some editorial decisions or some creator decisions, or I don't know. There has to be some kind of secret origin where Joe Quesada diddled them, or some perceived flaw where, or, you know, they didn't hold the elevator for them at Comic-Con, or who knows what it is, but they hate them. You know, the Spider-Man Mary Jane are now like magically, mystically, satanically annulled with their marriage, and now this dude wants to ruin anything with Spider-Man. So he gets a hold of a copy ahead of time, and he scans it all in and puts it up on the internet, and spins it like, this is the stupidest thing ever, this is so dumb, oh my god. And then, you know, when you have that premise and you start looking at the scans and you're like, this is kind of dumb, what the hell, man? But in real time, when you really read comics the way you read comics, you pick it up and you go at your own pace and you're absorbed into that world and you enjoy it. It's not like, no one ever hands you a comic and says, dude, this is stupid, you're gonna hate this, and hands it to you, and what? Seriously? You buy a comic you think you're gonna like, and then as you immerse yourself in the story, you might actually like it. Sure, you don't have to like everything about it, and you might hate it, but I just think the whole concept of things being spoiled ahead of time kind of sucks. Why do we engage that? Because as monthly comic fans, we speculate all the time. You read your 20 or 22 pages, you have a full month, if you're lucky, and the book's not late, before the next one comes out, and we just talk shop. We talk about what we think is going to happen, what we want is going to happen, what we hope doesn't happen. And if someone out there says, I know what happens, and I can show you if you just click this link. Oh, and by the way, it sucks. How often does someone have a spoiler where they say, oh, I want to spoil this for you, and it's freaking awesome. You're going to enjoy this. It's going to enrich your day. You're going to be so entertained by this, and I just can't wait to share my love of Spider-Man 700 with you. Here you go. No, it's all hate, and you know it's hate. Don't click it. Enjoy the comics yourself. Here's why the companies kind of deserve this. You never hear anything of a creator-owned book being spoiled. I haven't. I've been in this industry a long time as a fan and as a retailer. Y: The Last Man ending, still to this day, is not ruined in the store. There's a sense of respect and honor to that. Like, if a fan says, I didn't like the ending of Y: The Last Man, how blah, blah, blah. No, other people will just be like, no, dude, that's not Marvel or DC. You can't do that. That hurts Brian K. Vaughan. That hurts people's enjoyment of this actual, like, holy grail of comics, you know? Shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? But the publishers, Marvel and DC, they are like, you know, full frontal. They want to tell the news media, hey, news media, before the book even comes out, this character dies, you know? Like, Captain America dies. Captain America's president 2 weeks before the book comes out. There's Spider-Man's dead. Everyone's dead. They're all dead. It's just like, look at me, look at me, look at my junk. It's not that small, is it? Come on, I know we don't have good sales numbers, but look at my junk. I'm showing you everything, full frontal right now. And it just seems so desperate. And it pisses off fans, and it's just like, come on. And you know, what I think is they're trying to get that speculation money back. They're chasing that dragon. They're like, come on, we need people to buy multiple copies. We need this speculation boom again, the 90s again, And people were like, oh, it's a big thing. Someone dies. I need to go buy that book. I need to buy that book. Someone dies. I need to buy that book. And by and large, some retailers wouldn't complain about it, like with Human Torch and everything that got ruined, if they shared it with us ahead of time and we had the copies. But instead of sharing it with their retail partners, they share it with the news media, and then it's out to spoil it before anyone can even read it, even comes out, and it's ridiculous. And you don't see books doing it. You don't see movies doing it. You don't see TV shows even doing it. Like, yes, some people complain movie trailers where, well, I've basically already seen the movie because they reveal too much about the plot. Or a comedy where it's like, I think that might be all the good jokes in it. But usually it's not. Usually promo for a movie or TV show is like, you won't believe what happens on the next episode of Supernatural, blah, 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 but they don't actually show the full frontal. They don't actually show, and this guy dies. And it's like, well, I don't really need to watch it anymore, and you can't collect it and it go up in value. So I just think as an industry as a whole, we just need to really think about spoilers and how we want to enjoy our entertainment, how we want to enjoy our industry, how we want to enjoy these comics. And it's not just an indictment to the haters, but the publishers as well. Get your act together. Stop doing that. All right, here's the part where I'm going to talk about the two most recent spoilers, the Batman stuff and the Spider-Man stuff. I'll have a little link to when the Spider-Man stuff comes out if you already know that, but you haven't actually read the Batman yet. But I'm going to start with Batman anyway, so suck it. Batman Incorporated came out. To me, from the cover, it's a spoiler. It says R.I.P. with Robin symbol as the R, and it's Robin on it the same way that that Batman was on Batman R.I.P. And, spoiler, Damian does die in it. And we knew about it from a USA Today article days before. I think it was on Monday it came out. Maybe it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. But it said, Grant Morrison quotes, it says how he died, that he died a hero fighting his twin brother clone, and just like it had very specific details. It's like, all right, well, I guess there's no reason to read it because I know everything that happens other than like, oh, maybe it'll go up in value. Maybe speculator stuff. So that's what I'm saying. And, that's kind of weird. Like, why ruin the reveal for the people that have been reading the 8 issues previous to this? And I say 8 issues because there was a 0 issue, because that's comic books. We don't do numbers right. But those people get it ruined that have been paying the money and enjoying it in real time, so that some people wanted to play, the redneck stock market of speculation on comics can say, oh, guess what, Martha? Robin's dead again. That hasn't happened since 1986 or 8 or whenever it was. And, let's go buy 10 copies. So, whatever. And then the spoiler for Batman 17, the end of the Joker thing, was the punchline. It's not getting what you expect. A joke relies on setting up an expectation of one thing and then doing something else. Death of the family, you think family members are going to die, and then it doesn't. And that's a joke. And metaphorically, the Batman family died, but not actually. So when that gets ruined online before you read the book, you're already predisposed to hate on it. It's just weird. Why are you doing that to yourself? It sucks. And the Spider-Man was obviously a case of people hating on what happened with Spider-Man's marriage, people hating on Dan Slott's characterization of Spider-Man, and they wanted to ruin it. And, you can make it sound dumb, like, oh man, it's like Freaky Friday with Doc Ock and Peter Parker, and like one's brain's in the other brain, the other brain's in the other brain, what are they gonna do? But it was actually cool. And even though 700 kind of had the same ending of 698, and it's like, they kind of drug that out a bit, Superior Spider-Man has been freaking fun and innovative and awesome. So a lot of these ideas that are new, are different for comics, are different for Spider-Man, are different, just a little bit weird, you can make them sound really stupid and get pissed off, and then read it with that mindset and still be a little pissed off. Or you can just avoid that. If you want not the same thing all over again, if you don't want the same old, some of the new ideas and some of the different ideas are going to sound pretty effing stupid unless you actually read it and have a little bit of faith of what's coming, because Superior Spider-Man has been amazing. It's been the best Spider-Man that I remember reading since some of JMS's best issues of his run, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And just think about it. Don't give in to like the spoiler hate. Have your own opinions after you read it in your own time. Don't try to ruin it for other people, and don't ruin it for yourself. That's my suggestion. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.